I read the comments on my recent market pullback video, and honestly, some of them stung a little. Now, not because they were mean, but because I realized we hadn't explained this clearly enough. How do you lose $300,000 in 3 days and just keep going? How are you not panicking? And is your plan already broken? These are all fair questions. And today I'm going to answer every single one of them with our actual numbers on the screen. Because that's what we do here. We share our numbers. Let's start with the easy part, what we actually spent in March. Now I'm going to skip the line-by-line breakdown this month and just give you the totals. The full spreadsheet is on the screen right now, so pause if you want to dig in. Now our home base cost is $1,200. That is up from $700 in February. But before you say lifestyle creep, here's why. February had a carrier credit that knocked out our phone bill, and March had a $100 water bill and our new ACA health insurance. That came in at $366. The bills just landed differently this month. Nothing changed about how we live. Our travel expenses was $1,135. Now that covers food, drinks, and personal spending. It also included a couple of excursions that we did and accommodations for the month. So February looked much scarier at $3,100. But remember that also included flights, a longer stay, scooter rentals, and things that we had to book ahead. March is what slow travel actually costs when we are settled in. So our total for March spending is $2,335. I also received $170 from YouTube ad revenue, so thank you everyone. We don't count on that, but it is a nice little bonus. Now $2,335 for the month of March, that's our life right now. And I want you to hold that number in your head for a second. Because our plan was built around $4,000 a month. So when we come in at $2,335, that's not us white-knuckling through a scary market. That's not us skipping meals because the market dropped. That's just how we live. We've been intentional for a long time. Simple, low cost, high value. We didn't design this lifestyle because the market got volatile. We designed it years ago because it's actually what makes us happy. Now, there's a big difference between cutting back and just not needing much. For us, it's the second one. Okay, now let's talk about that $300,000 market drop. Because here's what I think got lost, and it's on us for not explaining this sooner. We don't have one big pile of money. We have two completely separate buckets, and they are not the same thing. Bucket one is the one that we always talk about on this channel. It's the bridge. This is the account that pays for our life right now, from today until we can touch our retirement accounts at 59.5. And that account sits at around $380,000. During this whole pullback, the bridge did drop about $20,000. That's it. And even that isn't real yet, because we're not selling anything from that. We have about 30 months of cash sitting in short-term treasuries. That's our paycheck. No matter what the market does tomorrow, our income for the next 2.5 years doesn't change. We haven't even touched that bridge principal yet. Before we left, we did set aside $20,000 in checking to cover our 100-day trip, and we're still living on that money. The market can do whatever it wants. Our life doesn't move. Bucket two is our traditional retirement accounts. And this is where people got confused. These accounts are invested completely differently. They are aggressive, they are growth-focused, heavy in tech and semiconductors. So when those sectors run, they really run. And when they pull back hard and fast. The $300,000 move came almost entirely from here. And there's one position in particular I want to be transparent about, and that's Tesla. We've owned Tesla for about 6 years now. It's a large position. So when Tesla moves 10 or 15% on a headline, it moves our whole net worth by 6 figures. Now, we've been through 50% drawdowns with Tesla before, and it doesn't completely shake us. Not because we're fearless, but because we don't need to sell it to live. Our bridge handles our life, and Tesla gets to do what Tesla does. And here's the thing about that $300,000 that I really need you to hear. We didn't sell anything. About 95% of our holdings are still well above what we paid for them. What you saw wasn't money walking out the door. It was a pullback from higher levels. So if your house was worth $500,000 last month and $450,000 this month, you didn't lose $50,000. Not unless you sold it. Now I have to tell you something about my husband. When the markets went red last week, he was excited. He wasn't nervous, no doom scrolling, but excited. Because this is actually part of how he manages our retirement accounts. When positions have strong gains, he'll trim some of the profits and let that sit in cash. Now he's not trying to time the market, he's just trying to stay flexible. So when red days do come, he's not watching helplessly. He's looking at his list and asking which stocks just went on sale. That's the mindset shift that took us years to build. Red days aren't the enemy. For us, they're just part of the strategy. We're 54 and 56 now. We can't touch our retirement accounts without penalty for a few more years. Now, that's not a flaw in our plan. That's why we built the bridge in the first place, is to buy us time. Time to let those long-term investments grow without being forced to sell them at the worst possible moment. We're not calm because we're wealthy. We're calm because we're prepared. We built this plan knowing the market would do exactly this. Not if, but when. And when it does happen, we didn't need to make a single decision out of fear. One more thing. This isn't a rigid structure. So around 2030, we can reassess. If the market is strong, we might pull a little from the retirement side and give the bridge some breathing room. Now, if things are tight, we adjust our spending. We have multiple levers that we can pull. Early retirement isn't a math problem that you solve once and then walk away from. It's a living strategy. You keep your eyes on it and you stay flexible. Our life is funded by the bridge, but our future is built by the market. And knowing the difference is how we sleep at night. Now, if you're feeling the market right now, drop a comment below. Tell me where you're at. This community is one of the best things about doing this. And remember, I do read and respond to every comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.